You can consciously decide to move on. You can block, delete, distract yourself. Tell yourself you're done. But then something happens. A song, a smell, a random thought at night. And suddenly, your body reacts before your mind does. Because your subconscious remembers what your conscious mind is trying to forget. And it remembers it for a reason. The subconscious does not work like memory. Your subconscious is not a storage system. It is a protection system. It does not remember events. It remembers emotional meaning. What felt unsafe? What felt unfinished? What felt significant? That is why logic fails when emotions resurface. Because the subconscious doesn't respond to logic. It responds to emotional patterns. Why forgetting is not a conscious choice. Forgetting is not a decision. It is a biological process. The brain only releases memories when it feels resolution, safety, emotional completion. If an experience ended without closure, the subconscious keeps it active. Not to torture you, but to protect you from repeating the same emotional threat. Emotional memory lives in the body. Neuroscience shows that emotional memories are stored in the limbic system, not the thinking brain. This means your body remembers before your mind understands. That tightness in your chest, that sudden sadness, that wave of longing. These are not thoughts. They are stored emotional responses. You are not weak. Your nervous system is responding to remembered meaning. Why you remember what hurt you the most? The subconscious prioritizes emotionally intense experiences, especially those involving attachment, rejection, abandonment, shame, emotional loss. Painful memories stay active because they once required survival adaptation. Your brain asks, what did this teach me? How do I prevent this again? Until that lesson is integrated, the memory stays alive. The illusion of moving on. Many people confuse distraction with healing. You can stay busy. You can replace people. You can avoid reminders. But avoidance does not process memory. It postpones it. That is why memories return stronger when life becomes quiet. Silence removes distraction. And the subconscious speaks. Why nighttime makes memories louder? At night, the thinking brain quiets down. There is less stimulation, less control, less distraction. This gives the subconscious space to surface unresolved material. That is why memories feel heavier at night. Not because you are weaker, but because your defenses are lower. Unfinished emotional loops. The subconscious remembers what did not reach completion. Questions like, why did this happen? What did I do wrong? What could I have done differently? These loops remain open. The brain keeps replaying not to hurt you, but to search for meaning. Healing begins when meaning replaces rumination. Why you remember even when you don't want to. Trying to forget sends the wrong signal to the brain. It says, this memory is dangerous. So the brain monitors it more closely. This is why forced forgetting backfires. The subconscious does not respond to suppression. It responds to integration. Emotional suppression strengthens memory. When emotions are suppressed, they don't disappear. They go underground. And underground emotions gain power. What is felt fully resolves. What is avoided repeats. Why certain people stay in your mind. Some people become emotionally encoded. Not because they were perfect, but because they represented something unfinished. A version of you. A missed safety. A disrupted attachment. An unfulfilled need. You don't miss the person. You miss the emotional state your subconscious associated with them. The subconscious and attachment bonds. Attachment bonds are biological. When a bond breaks suddenly or painfully, the subconscious stays alert. It keeps the person active in memory because attachment loss signals danger to survival systems. This is why logic doesn't stop missing someone. Attachment is not rational. It is neurological. Why time alone doesn't heal everything. Time reduces intensity. But it doesn't resolve meaning. Healing requires emotional processing, nervous system regulation, self-trust restoration. Without this, memories fade temporarily but resurface under stress. Triggers are not failures. Triggers are information. They show you what still needs integration. The goal is not to eliminate triggers. It is to reduce their power. When a memory no longer controls your body, it has been processed. Why your subconscious protects you through memory. Your subconscious believes, if I keep this alive, I can prevent this pain again. It remembers patterns, not people. Once you learn the pattern consciously, the memory loses its job. Healing is teaching the brain safety. The subconscious releases memories when it feels safe now. Safety is created through consistent self-regulation, boundaries, emotional honesty, self-compassion, not force. Why closure is an internal process. Closure does not come from answers. It comes from acceptance. Acceptance tells the subconscious, this experience is complete. Only then does memory soften. The difference between remembering and reliving. Remembering is neutral. Reliving is emotional. Healing moves memories from emotional charge to narrative memory. You remember without being consumed. Why peace feels empty at first. When emotional pain leaves, space appears. The brain misinterprets this as loss. But this emptiness is not absence. It is capacity. Your nervous system is recalibrating. The most important psychological truth. You don't need to forget to heal. You need to stop being controlled by what you remember. When memory no longer dictates behavior, healing has occurred. Your subconscious remembers not to punish you, but to protect you. Once it trusts that you can protect yourself now, it will let go. If this helped you understand your inner world, subscribe for deeper psychology that actually heals. And share this with someone who keeps fighting their own memories.